Hello, everyone. My name is Nori Connor. I am the Assistant Dean for Outreach and Engagement for the School of Education for Azusa Pacific University. Thank you so much for joining us for APU's virtual hiring fair. This is taking place, it started back on April 14th, and we're going all the way through April 30th with various employers who are interested in engaging with our candidates. And so today I'm really excited to introduce Dr. Rubio, who is with San Bernardino City Unified School District. He will give a 5-minute general presentation and then host 10 minutes of Q&A. Because we're in this webinar feature, your videos and your mics are turned off, but you will be able to submit questions using the Q&A function down at the bottom of your screen. So go ahead and submit your questions using the Q&A, and we'll use the last 10 minutes of his presentation to address those. And so, Dr. Rubio, thank you again for joining us. Could you please begin your presentation by introducing yourself to the group?
Yes, thank you. Hello, everybody. It's good to be a part of this presentation today. My name is Ryan Rubio, and I'm an elementary school principal in the San Bernardino City Unified School District. We're a large district. We have 56 elementary schools, 10 middle schools, and 10 high schools. Some comprehensive, some continuation. We're servicing right now right around 49,000 students. And so we have just a dynamic set of opportunities for educators and potential educators. The biggest thing we're all dealing with right now is the COVID-19 and the school closures. And so I can just tell you this, I'm very honored to be a part of a team like San Bernardino City, who is really focused on the diverse needs of our students and our community, families in the community. And so right now, all that we've done from device distribution and supporting teachers with Google training to get set up for distance learning, everything has been focused on making sure that our students' needs are met. And so that's kind of where I'm going to be using my frame of reference in my little presentation to you today. We do have San Bernardino City School District. We do have some very unique challenges. The socioeconomic status of the vast majority of our district is very low. But every day the parents in our communities, they send the kids that they have to our schools. And so right now, every day when we were in session, our students were coming, many with some very challenging home lives. Students were coming to school hungry from not having meals the night before. The home life of some of our students has been challenging. And through all of this, the main thing that we as educators in San Bernardino City, what we understand is our students, they do have significant needs, but they also have significant opportunity for learning and growth. And so right now, as you guys are in your program and you're finishing up and you're aspiring to be educators, San Bernardino City has a dynamic set of opportunities for you, from high achieving programs. Some of the highlights of things across the district we have in the high schools. We have career pathways, and a very high number of our career pathways are getting gold certified status across from the state of California. And so they are doing a lot of good things, preparing students for specific job entry level positions. Diesel mechanics is one of the highlighted ones. There's so many other pathways from the medical profession also. So our high schools are really focused on getting students set up and really prepared for getting a job right out of high school, getting certification while they're in high school, and then also preparing them for positions outside. In elementary school, all 56 elementary schools, we are Avid Elementary. So we all implement Avid Elementary strategies. So in elementary school, you might used to seeing that in middle school and high school, but what that looks like in elementary schools is we are focused on giving our students opportunities to understand organization. So we provide them with notebooks, the note-taking strategies, and 3-column notes. And so all elementary school principals and co-administrators and even teachers are being trained with Avid Elementary. So all 56 elementary schools are preparing students as they get into middle school, where they can join the Avid elective and they can be in the Avid at middle school and high school. but at least all of the students are prepared for that. So those are just some of the opportunities that we have. In terms of what we're looking for in potential educators, I just really want to share my heart with you is this. We are looking for people who have a heart for others. That can happen in more affluent districts, and that can definitely happen in our district. We have significant challenges. I've said it before, it's been established. San Bernardino City does have that. But what we are fortunate right now to have is district level cabinet leadership that understand that even though our kids can be challenging, we are looking for the right people to come and want to be solution minded. We need educators who understand and believe truly that the students that we serve, they can learn. They can be showing progress. They can make academic gains if they're given the right opportunity. And across all school districts, one of the main words you're going to hear, and I'm going to definitely support today, relationships. Kids will not respond well if they do not have a professional educator in front of them who understands the importance and the power of building relationships with kids. And so some of our most challenging kids, they always typically do have one educator who they maybe don't disrupt for. And if you ask them why, it's going to come down to the level of relationship that the teacher and the educator has provided that student or those groups of students that have challenging behaviors. And so we're looking for people that are willing to come alongside and be a part of our team. We have dynamic professional development opportunities for first-year teachers. I myself have, at my school site this year, I have 6 P1 teachers. And so these are candidates that came from different universities around Southern California, and they have come prepared and hungry. And so as a principal, I've seen the benefit of having some of our new fresh recruits coming out of college preparing kids. So the professional development opportunities that our teachers are receiving is really second to none. Our district, the Human Resources Department in our division, they really focus on employee development and making sure that our new colleagues that come in, they have the support that they need to be successful. All the principals that have P1s, we work together to make sure that their needs are supported. And we also have the opportunity to make sure that our first year teachers have the training in, we call it TIP, Teacher Intervention Program, the support from an advisor and someone who comes and sees the teaching. And you have to meet with your administrator and your TIP mentor. And it's just a really positive level of support. And once you get into a classroom and you get going, the opportunities arise for us to just have dialogue about how things are going, things that are going well, things that might need areas of just to look and see how we can get better. And the number one focus is working together to make sure our beginning teachers have the support. So in summary, I'm just thankful for this opportunity to talk to you and work with you and share a little bit about our district and the great opportunities we have. We're looking for people who have a heart for struggling people, but just a heart for others. And that's kind of what we exude here in San Bernardino City. So that concludes what I have. And so I'll look down. I see a couple things right here.
Yeah, before we get to the Q&A time, this is great. I just think as with your position and you're interviewing a lot of candidates, I just want to remind our attendees just that Dr. Rubio is a principal, and I'm sure he'll address some of these questions that are coming in. What elementary school are you principal for? You'll share, but I think you have a unique perspective that you could bring, and so that you do bring. And so attendees, feel free to ask questions about, that interview process and such, and what it's like at the school site. And I just wanted to remind everybody that in the chat box, I did put a link to the website, to San Bernardino City Unified School District's website, as well as their job listings, because I know a lot of times in this Q&A time that people want to know what positions are posted. And so I'm not sure if Dr. Funchess gave you any indication of that as what is coming down the pipe, but go ahead, attendees, look at the job listings website as well. So if you can address some of the questions that came through, that would be wonderful.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, as I said, I'm an elementary school principal. My school is Cypress Elementary School. And so my school is on the southeast part of the district. And so we are an avid elementary school. We were one of the first ones to start to bring that and start working on that. And so my teachers have really just been a great support. All of my P1s, we did make sure that they got avid elementary training, so that they've been really ready to thrive before the school closure. I can't say enough about my teachers that came from different universities around. So a lot of support for there. In terms of hiring interns, I know that is something that we are open to doing at some points, depending on where the need is. So what we can do is with that, if you are, when it comes to being eligible to be as an intern, maybe not fully credentialed yet, we can reach out to you. And if you send me an email, my full name is ryan.rubio, and then our email is at sbcusd.k12.ca.us. And if you send your question to me, if you have a specific, I can connect you to our HR credential analyst, and he is outstanding at making sure to see where you are and see what possible, see if your current situation makes it possible to become an intern eligible colleague with us there. So we that is that one. The next question, do you have any opening in elementary school teachers? I don't see it on the websites at this point right now, because literally just this morning I was working on all of the different all the schools have to put together based on the enrollment projections, and then the teacher allotments based on those projections. So right now, even though it might not show that we do have that we might not have openings, it's pretty obvious that we're still trying to. Things are gonna change, and so if you're considering us, please just continue to check. And I know that our HR division is looking at amassing a set of potential employees to have, if and when we can open, have some face-to-face interviews. And so with 76 schools, it's very obvious that we're going to have quite a few middle and high school and elementary positions. We have school counselor positions, so definitely keep your eye on our EdJoin or whatever the website for HR, because school counselors, every elementary school has a school counselor. And so that is, I was in a previous district nearby for 15 years before my 6 years here in San Bernardino, and that is something that they did not have. So having a school counselor at an elementary school especially is outstanding. And mine personally is really, really great at my school. And so, yes, in terms of best interview advice for a school counselor position, definitely share what your experience is in working with some of our more challenging students in terms of counseling and providing support. PBIS is really, really big in our district. So if you're a counselor who has understanding of PBIS, really talk about your ability to come alongside not just struggling learners, but teachers, and helping them with the challenges of those with those students. About the interview process for school psychologists, our special ed division is really, really big, and so there are a lot of things going, especially trying to make sure our students are getting their needs met during the COVID experience, and then also with on May 4th we're moving forward with having IEPs online. So I don't know about school psychologists in terms of openings, but continue to look back and see.
Sorry,
Yes.
before we get to, maybe we have time for one more question because we have 1 minute left.
Okay. The one question I'm seeing, it looks like what kind of questions are normally asked. So in an interview as a potential teacher, what I would come prepared to talk about and share is your ability to understand, how to deliver instruction, but also how you work to to build relationships with the kids. So we want to know, we're looking for colleagues who understand the importance of delivering the very best high instruction that they can, but then also have an understanding of being able to reach the kids and communicate with parents and be a collegial colleague to the rest of the staff. that's kind of the main area that I would focus on. At this point, yeah, we are off for the rest of the year, and we're just getting updates when the state has them. Yeah, next year we still don't know yet for sure what is happening. Yes, please email me with additional questions. I would love to answer anything you can. One more time, my email is ryan.rubio@sbcusd.k12.ca.us.
Great. Thank you so much. The time goes by so fast.
I just started, but it's okay. I get it.
We so appreciate your time and your willingness to share your personal email as well. So
Absolutely.
everyone, and someone just chatted through the Q&A. Thank you.
Very welcome.
Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Rubio, and please tell Dr. Funchess hello from us.
I will. Good luck, everybody. Take care. Be safe.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, everyone. Next, we have Olive Crest Academy, and we're so excited to have Christiane with us. She will, similar to what Dr. Rubio did, is she will give a 5-minute general presentation and then host 10 minutes of Q&A. And so candidates, again, I just want to remind you to use the Q&A function of Zoom to submit your questions to Christiane. So Christiane, thank you again for joining us. Could you please begin your presentation by introducing yourselves to the group? And also, I want to remind our candidates that I will post the website for Olive Crest as well as the job listings in the chat box. Thank you, Christiane. Thank you for being here.
Hi, can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. My name is Christiane Crosby. I'm the HR recruiter for Olive Crest Academy. So a little bit about Olive Crest Academy is that we are a non-public, nonprofit school. We work with kids kindergarten all the way through adult transition age. We are located in Orange County, so we have 2 campuses. We have one in Garden Grove, which is our K through 8th, and then we also have another campus in Orange, which is our middle through high school. So a little bit about Olive Crest Academy. We are a pretty unique special education setting. We work with kids who have been diagnosed primarily with autism or with emotional disturbance. The majority of our students being with emotional disturbance. So a lot of what we do on campus does have to do with behaviors and helping redirect behaviors and helping students learn skills. So if you are somebody who is intimidated with a student is cussing at you or telling you to F off, this might not be the location for you. But if understanding kind of why a second grader might be telling you to F off or why they're throwing a desk and understanding the reasoning behind the behaviors, then it might be a great fit for you, because that's all that we do. We really care about understanding what's going on underneath the surface and what's going on with the students individually. So we understand education is super complex. There's a lot of pieces to it, and it's really more than just a lesson plan. So we really do our best to provide a more individualized approach for our students. So what that looks like is there's, of course, each classroom, is up to 12 students in a classroom, and each one has a special education teacher who's typically mod. And then we also have a behavior intervention assigned to every classroom, as well as a therapist. And we really believe that it's working together. Sure, I'll start my video. Perfect. Hi, everybody. So we really believe that it's everyone working together to really provide the resources for the students and really understanding what's happening underneath the surface. So for us, we do a program called Collaborative Problem Solving, as well as PBIS in our school. And the basis of collaborative problem solving is really giving the students a voice and really being individuals. So everyone from top to bottom is really focused on establishing relationship and connection with our students. We recognize every student's needs are going to be a little bit different, and so we want to do our best to provide those resources. And whether it's, through the therapeutic aspect of it, whether it's more behavior or academic, we really believe that it's going to take a combination of people collaborating together to really give them the resources that they need to help build those skills so that they can access their education and that we can teach them in the way that's going to be best for them. Our goal for our students is to help them transition back to the home districts. We get referrals from about 44 districts all over Orange County, LA County, as well as Riverside as well. So they come to our school And we want to help them build those skills, learn those healthy coping skills, and just become successful students, whether it's with us or back in the district, or really just to become successful adults in the future. So you're probably wondering about like COVID-19 and everything. Right now, our school is doing distance learning. So we have teachers, doing Zoom calls and doing online education, as well as therapists, checking in, and our behavior interventionists are also, checking in with students, giving support to teacher or to the parents, of course, because behaviors at home are going to look a lot different. So we really want to provide more of a holistic support for our families and for each one of our students. We are hoping to begin more of the hiring process in June or in July. We definitely want to be, conscientious of, practicing healthy, safe distancing, and, following the guidelines for California of, what it looks like to come back to school and what it looks like for on-campus learning. So we are hoping to hire for fall 2020. We have assistant teacher positions available, so as well as teacher positions. Assistant teachers we hire pretty much on an ongoing basis. And so an assistant teacher, what they do is they're assistant teachers in the classroom, they're one-to-one aides. They're really, for me, they're such a essential piece of our school because they're building that connection, building that relationship with the students from the moment that they pick them up in the morning all the way to the end of the day, and everything in between, and really, helping redirect behaviors, helping, have those heart-to-heart conversations with their kids, and understanding a little bit more about what's going on underneath the surface. We also have teacher positions that may become available. Again, we do post on EdJoin as well as on our website. And so that's kind of just a little bit about Olive Crest Academy and kind of what we're looking for. Olive Crest Academy is definitely a really unique place of, special education, but also learning more about behavior management, learning behavior techniques and skills. We really focus a lot on trainings and stuff like that. So we really want to help see our students become successful adults and and just seeing past. I think we're really looking for people who are willing to see past the behaviors, seeing past, the outward signs of what's going on with the student, and really, establishing those relationships, building those connections with our students, and really helping them build those skills that they need to be successful adults. So yeah, that's a little bit about our program. If you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer anything.
Great, thank you so much. We have about, 8 minutes. So first question is, are there any school psychologist openings currently?
We don't currently have any openings, though so much has been changing that we may have openings that come available in, over the summer, something like that. So feel free to continue to check. We post for school psychologists on EdJoin as well.
Great, thank you. Do you have any plans for hosting other like virtual hiring fairs or hiring events over the summer?
We would definitely be open to it. We don't have anything scheduled right now, but we definitely are open to that as well.
Thank you. And what opportunities do you offer for professional development and growth for your teachers, counselors, psychologists?
Definitely. Well, we have a trainer on campus who provides monthly trainings. Every month we have about a half day where we take that time to really provide extra trainings on what might be happening, whether it's, suicide prevention or, behavior techniques in the classroom. All of our new staff go through a program called Collaborative Problem Solving, which is a behavior management program where we learn how to redirect behaviors, learning how to have those conversations with students to really understand more about behaviors and kind of what happens in the classroom and what is happening with the student and how we can best assist them. So that's one of the ways. We also have two all-day trainings a year as well, where we go over whatever the needs of the school is at that time.
Great, thank you. We have another question. Do you hire school counselors?
We do. So our school counselors, or school therapists, we call them therapists. So they're usually have the MFT degree, or as well as school psychologist as well. We don't currently have any openings, but each classroom is assigned a therapist, and they're doing the DIS counseling with the students. We all of our students are able to access about 30 minutes of individualized counseling and 30 minutes of group counseling.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Does your district integrate technology into the classroom? And if so, what supports are provided?
We do use Google Classroom in our school. We have Chromebooks, as well as we have a computer instructor as well on campus who helps with all the technology pieces of it. And I know right now, of course, because of distance learning and everything, we've moved even more onto Google Classroom or Seesaw on the elementary side of things.
Wonderful, thank you. I was wondering, from your perspective, we have 5 more minutes if any of you want to add any additional questions. But there is I always call it like an old wives' tale, or about master's degree, and if candidates should pursue that. What are your thoughts about that? Do you encourage people to get their master's degree? Does that, or do you kind of?
Yeah, I feel like we definitely do encourage it. We feel like there is so much knowledge that can be gained, and we definitely have a lot of our staff right now who are going through their master's programs, who start as intern teachers and have gone back to get their master's because they feel like it has been really helpful just developing those tools and techniques, especially in the special education setting. I feel like there is so much information, so much education that they can learn as far as techniques in the classroom go, and as well as, like the science behind things and learning kind of the reason why things are the way they are. And I feel like the master's programs that at least our staff have been a part of have been really beneficial and kind of helping set them up for success. But it isn't necessary, like it isn't a requirement or anything like that, but it is something that we've found has been really valuable.
Great, thank you. So if people are interested in learning more about the job opportunities on your district at your Olive Crest, is the best way just to look on your website, to look on EdJoin, to contact you directly? What is your preference?
I think the best way, if you're looking for just more general information, our website is definitely very helpful of kind of understanding more about our company as a whole. We're part of a greater organization called Olive Crest, which is a social service program that we're able to connect with as well for extra resources like community involvement and as well as wraparound services, which has been a really cool piece of our program that we've been able to connect with them. But if they are interested more in the specific positions at Olive Crest, they can also email me directly, and I'd love to sit down and talk with them or Zoom with them, or just email back and forth. That's fine as well.
Great. I don't know if you're able to, but if you can type in your email address in the chat box, that would be wonderful, so they have access to that. And I don't think this question has already been asked, but do you hire candidates on an intern credential?
We do. Mm-hmm. A lot of our staff do come in as an intern, and kind of, as they're going back to school or taking their tests, we've seen that growth pattern. And we definitely have a lot of support. We have assistant principals on each campus who are very familiar with that process and kind of coaching and mentoring some of our newer teachers.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, and all of you. I'll repost Olive Crest information, and actually Christiane already posted the website for looking at positions, and they're updating that frequently. So thank you again.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So next up, we have United Christian Academy. I believe we'll have 2 presenters, but one is here right now, and so we'll go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Nori Connor. I'm the Assistant Dean for Outreach and Engagement for APU School of Education, and welcome everybody to the virtual Educator Hiring Fair. Today, we're really excited to host United Christian Academy, and right now we have Mark Williams with us. And Mark, I will enable you to turn on your video shortly. He will give a 5-minute presentation and then host 10 minutes of Q&A. And so just candidates, as a reminder, your video and mics are disabled right now. So go ahead and submit any questions you have to Mark through the chat box, or through the Q&A box, actually. And so, Mark, thank you again for joining us. I'm going to give you permission to share your video. And if you could just begin your presentation by introducing yourself to the group, that would be wonderful. And I will also post your website and your link to job listings through the chat box. So thank you again for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much. We were supposed to have Todd Barnes, our elementary principal, with me as well, but he was unable to do so. So I'm going to just be acting as both principals for today. But I just want to share just a little bit about who we are, what we're all about as a school. And so I'm just going to kind of go through that right now. Just thank you again for this opportunity. Thank you to APU just for giving us this time that we could present. Like I said, and like Amy said, my name is Mark Williams. I'm the high school principal with United Christian Academy. I'm so glad to be here today and to get the opportunity to introduce myself and what we're all about as a school, and to meet candidates who potentially could be working for our amazing organization. To give you guys just a little bit of background about who we are a K-12 private Christian school. We're located in Rancho Cucamonga, California, on the campus of ALFC, which is Abundant Living Family Church. We serve over 600 students, and that's K-12, and we have open enrollment to international students all over the world. Our school was originally located in Upland, California, and we were named Upland Christian Schools at that time. Upon our opening in 1978, we only offered preschool and elementary grades during that time. A junior high school was added in 1992, and a high school was added in 1994. We moved to Rancho Cucamonga in 2009, and we changed our name officially to United Christian Academy in 2018. As a college preparatory school, the major emphasis of our academic program is to prepare students for college. We are fully accredited by the Western Association of Schools and Colleges, and we are members of the Association of Christian Schools International. All of our courses are approved by the University of California and California State College systems. Our goal is to prepare students to enter and succeed at the college of their first choice. Even though we place our academic program as a building block of who we are, we place Christ at the center of it all. He is our foundation and everything we build upon. This goes along with our mission, and our mission is to educate students by integrating academic excellence with a Christian worldview, equipping them to impact their world for Christ. I just want to say thank you for allowing me to share that little bit about who we are. The slide that's up right now, obviously it shows the positions we have open, but I just want to mention those real quick. From the slide, we're looking to fill 2 positions at the elementary level and 2 positions at the high school level. As it says, we don't have a specific preference on grade level at the elementary school, but for high school, we are looking for an Algebra 2 and AP Calculus teacher, and then we're looking for a science teacher to teach chemistry, AP Chemistry, and Algebra 1. So that's just a little bit about who we are. You can see on there just a little bit more on the slide about who we are as well. So at this time, I would just like to take any questions that you guys have, and hopefully I get to answer them for you.
Great, thank you. Attendees, go ahead and use the chat box to ask I'm sorry, I keep on saying chat box, the Q&A option to submit your questions to Mark. Thank you again for your presentation, Mark.
Thank you.
Could you just talk about briefly, does your district integrate technology into the classroom? And if so, what supports are available?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we decided about 5 years ago to be a one-to-one iPad school. So we integrated that into our 6th through 12th grade programs. And this whole coronavirus pandemic actually helped us out tremendously because we were already equipped to handle the online distance learning. And so we last year actually started Canvas. which is an online learning management system. And we've been actually doing a lot of integration with that last year and obviously this year. And so we felt really equipped to handle a lot of the online school that we've been doing. So like right when we closed our school, we were able to jump right into online teaching for all of our classes, 6th through 12th grade. We actually are doing a lot of online for our elementary school as well. So we offer so much technology for our school, and we feel like we are very equipped to handle whatever it is that we need to do online or with technology, and just moving forward with that.
Great, thank you. We have a few questions that have popped up. Are you able to see those? And also, if you'd like to enable your video, you're welcome to.
Okay. Yeah, so one of the questions is, will you hire counselors in the future? That is definitely something that we have talked about. Right now, we just have a guidance counselor, which is just more for college, but we don't have like an emotional or psychological type counselor. We are looking into opening that up, but I don't know when that will happen. And yes, we are willing to hire interns. We have done that as well as students are going through programs and doing their student teaching. We are always open to hiring interns as well.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Any other?
What is the best way for people to learn more about job opportunities in your district? Is it to visit this job listing site that I posted?
Yes. So if participants want to learn more information, they can go to our website. And on our website, we have an employment opportunity page. We do hire substitutes. We have a couple other opportunities that aren't related to teaching on that website as well. So they can always go and visit that. And if that's something that they might want to take part in, they can do that as well. Or if they're interested in the positions that we have on the slide that's up, they could just contact me directly for the high school, or they can contact Mr. Todd Barnes directly for the elementary positions as well.
Great. Would you be able to share those email, if you want them to contact you directly, would you be able to share the email addresses that they should reach out to?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Also, you talked about technology. Are there other opportunities that your school offers for professional development and growth?
Yeah, so our school, we're always looking in many ways to figure out how do we get more education to our teachers and to our staff. And so we have built-in professional development days where we either go to a Q conference, or we're going to AP conferences, or we're trying to figure out how can we better our math department or our elementary department. And so we encourage our employees to either take part in the things that we do on campus during our in-service days, or we encourage them to also go out into the community and find different professional development on their own. And we always are able to reimburse our employees for anything that they would have to pay for professional development. But we're always looking to just be on top of our kind of education and what our roles are as educators. And so we're always encouraging our employees to go above and beyond. And we always provide that professional development stuff on our campus as well.
Wonderful, thank you. One question that has come up quite a bit in the time with the districts is, what characteristics are you looking for in teacher candidates and counselors, psychologists, and kind of what are you looking for also in the interview?
Yeah, I think the main thing that we as a school are looking to, number one, obviously the Christian faith. All of our employees have to sign a statement of faith saying that they believe in our doctrines. So that's number one. Other than that, I think we're just looking for people who are motivated and motivated to reach young people, right? To motivate and encourage young people to go out in this world and make a difference. And that's what we're really, really looking for, because once teachers are in the classroom management and pedagogy and all those things, obviously we constantly are doing professional development and teaching teachers how to teach essentially always throughout our time at our school. And so we're really looking for people who are motivated and encouraged to just continue motivating young people to be better in this life.
Great, thank you. And we received, I don't know if you see a question in the Q&A area.
Yeah, so how does one gain the Christian teaching certificate? So it's called an ACSI teaching certificate. It's actually pretty simple. You would go online and we would provide all that information. And if you have a bachelor's degree, the only thing that they would require after that is to do a Christian philosophy of education. And it's really writing a paper on that. You have to watch a video, maybe read a book, and that's it. And then you would pay the money for their certificate, and then you would receive that in the mail. And any other certification programs, we actually have a loan program at our school. So if you're wanting to go and get other certificates or a master's degree, we are able to actually give loans to our employees. And a lot of those are 50% of the tuition. And if you serve for 4 years at our school, then it's completely forgivable, that you wouldn't have to pay it back. And we encourage our employees to continue their education above and beyond what they already do.
Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that is it. If there are any other questions, go ahead and submit them through the question and answer box. But otherwise, we really appreciate your time and really hope that our candidates are able to connect with you for these available positions.
We hope so too, and thank you so much just for giving us the opportunity to be here.
Yes, thank you. Have a wonderful afternoon, everybody.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.